everyone, it's Darby with rejoiceandcreate.com, and for Christmas 2017 I have a fun project for you today. It's a gift card box, but it doesn't just hold the gift card, it actually holds a little wobbler. Look at him go! Boy, I could do this all day. Alright, let me stop and show you where the gift card goes. If you open up the box, you'll see that in the back compartment there's room for a gift card. But in the front is where the snowman sits as the wobbler. And what makes him work is an action wobbler mini action spring. And I live in a rural area and I don't have a craft store near me that carries these, so I actually bought them through Amazon. If you can find them at your craft store, that's awesome. If you can't, I leave a link below for where I got them through Amazon, and they were made by Hampton Art. So it's a fun little wobbler. You get 12 springs in a package, or you can get bigger ones, but I only needed 12, so and they get you there very quickly. So anyway, but that's what makes him work, is the action wobbler spring. I just can't stop playing with him. Now, the snowman comes from the Seasonal Chum stamp set, and this time I thought I'd try the little reindeer and see how he does as a wobbler. But I stamped him and I cut him out, actually front and back, and then fussy cut him apart. But I used the back for the tag, actually. I stamped the to and from on the tag. And I'm hoping to do that with the little reindeer as well. I also used the Seasonal Tags frameless dies that matches it. And this one is made to cut out the front and the back of the tag, so it turns it into a tag. And there's little reindeer as well. And for the snowflakes, I used these snowflakes and the little tag for the Merry Christmas. And as you can see behind the box in this one, I just used a piece of Whisper White and I stamped some snowflakes from the tags and trimming set. And I used that stamp and made a little snowy background for him. So look around, see what you have that'll work for your situation. Alright, so what else will we need? We will need a piece of cardstock that is 6.5 inches wide by 10.5 inches long. And for the little reindeer woodland scene, I'll use crumb cake. We will need a backdrop, and his was Whisper White, but I'm going to try Soft Sky. That is 2 3/8 by 3 3/4. I didn't use this one for the snowman, but I'm actually using a piece of Whisper White that make it look like a snowy hill. So this one's the same width, 2 3/8, and I just cut it into a little mound on this one. And we'll also need a piece of window sheet that is the same measurement, 2 3/8 by 3 3/4. Alright, we'll score with the long side first at 1 inch, and let me do the 1 inch on this side because I find it easier. And then after the 1 inch comes 3.5, 4.5, 7, 7.5, and 10. Alright, so turn it to the short side and we'll score it at 1 inch. And again, I'll do that on this side because I find it easier to line it up. So we start with a 1 inch, and then we'll score it at 5 inches. Is that right? Yep, 1 inch, 5 inches. And 6 inches. Alright, so I oriented it this way because there's a 1/2 inch on top with an inch, and that's the top. And then the 1 inch is on the bottom. This 1 inch side over here is actually going to be the outside of the box, and this 1/2 inch is going to be the part of the inside that makes the gift card, the wall for the gift card holder in the back, the compartment for the gift card holder. So what we're going to need on the bottom is we'll need that one square for a tab, we'll need the long one, we'll need that square, and we'll need the long one. Everything else we can go ahead and cut off. So cut off that one score line and actually cut off the score line. You want to make sure you cut that off so you give enough room for this part to sit inside the box. So we'll go ahead and cut the score line off. Alright, so I wanted to cut off that score line. And we're going to do the same for the top. We'll cut off both the 1/2 inch and the full inch, all 3 sections. And go ahead, don't worry, cut this score line off because we want this to be smaller than the box side. So cut on this side of that score line off. Alright, so on the bottom part, we're going to make the closures for the bottom. So just cut up on the score lines and then notch into the 2 squares. Okay, and now we'll work on the top. Now because this is going to fold around, let me go ahead and fold a couple of these so that I can show you how it works. This is going to fold around inside the box. That's what makes that gift card area in the back of the box. So this one is going to be our flap that goes forward. So that means that this one we won't need because this will be the front of the box. So let's go ahead and cut that one. We'll cut straight down here and straight down on this side. Actually, go ahead and cut straight down on that one while we're here. These are going to be our 2 tabs, so go ahead and cut off on the score lines on these. And this one can cut all the way off. So let me move that back out of the way. Okay. And now we can take just a minute and just very slightly wedge those off so they'll close neatly. Okay, so that leaves us with this, which is going to be the top flap of our box. So just make sure it's neat side to side. Make sure I cut that off nicely. And then on the 1/2 inch portion, just go ahead and wedge very slightly. And that's our box. Alright, so let's go ahead and fold and burnish our score lines. Okay, so let me show you how this goes again. We fold this is going to be folded up, and that's going to be inside the box because that's our gift card holder. That's our compartment for the gift card. And then this is going to swing around the front, and this will adhere to the side to make the front of the box. So this is our front of the box. Before we go any farther, let's go ahead and cut out our little window for our wobbler. And I'm using the Lots of Labels. And for this one, I'm going to use the 4th one in from the top. And you'll see it fits nicely on there. Alright, let me go ahead and cut that, and I'll be right back. Oh, one thing I want to mention is when you cut this, just tuck that under, because if you don't, it might get caught, and that's what happened to my other one. It kind of crunched it a little bit. So just go ahead and tuck those under, but it should fit well right into the Big Shot. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so here's my little window in the front of the box. So let me curl that around again. And if you see, once we get it all together, that this is going to be the part that's going to need the backdrop on it. So let me go ahead and put the backdrop on next, and that's going to be on this one. Alright, so I'm using the Soft Sky, and just go ahead and line that up in the middle. And I'm going to put my little woodland hill, I'm going to put my little snowy hill on there as well, to make it look like my little reindeer is standing on something. Alright, so now we just need to make our little reindeer. So let me put this aside for a minute. And I have my scrap of Very Vanilla. And I'm going to use crumb cake ink. And let's go ahead and stamp him. He's so cute. So I'm just going to run him through with the die, and I'll be right back. So here he is, and he's pretty cute, but I'm going to turn him into Rudolph. And I'll use a cherry cobbler marker, and I'm just going to color his nose. And I have some soft suede that I'm going to color his hooves and his antlers with. So let me color his hooves. Okay. And now I just took my scissors and fussy cut the little tag apart, because I don't need the front part as a tag. So I have him, and then I'll just neaten up the top so I can use the back part as a tag. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so I have my card, and let me go ahead and get one of my wobblers out. And it actually is self-adhesive on both sides. So I will stick them to my little reindeer first, and I'm going to try to do it in the center somehow, although I do want it to hide that. So you just have to peel off the backing, and I'll stick the bigger full size onto my little character, and then the other side, which has an opening in it, I'll put down on the back. So let me stick it in a way that it's going to be kind of covered, but in the center. There we go. And then we'll just peel off the backing and stick the back part of the wobbler on where we want. Now I'm going to try to aim right to the center because I want him to be in the center of my window. Isn't he cute? One of the things I noticed is sometimes it was hard to get my wobbler going if I didn't have a little bit of weight to help me. So I actually used an extra one of my embellishments, one of the rimmed pearls, and I put it for the snowman at the base. For this one, I'm going to put it behind his head. I think that that will help him when you're shaking the box to get the momentum going a little bit more. So we'll see if that helps. Alright, so let me go ahead and put my window sheet in. And let me flip that over because this will be the inside. And I'll just use some glue dots on the corners. And I'll put one in the middle of the top as well because the tab will be coming down and I don't want it to dislodge that or go underneath this. So we'll center that in the middle. And that's that. So let's go ahead and put our box together. Alright, so this is a tab. So let me go ahead and get some fast fuse on there, or you can use tear and tape. Something strong that you want to hold it in there. And go ahead and curl it around, and right at this score line on this side, the edge of it's going to sit right at that score line, and it's going to adhere to that side of the box. So just go ahead and I'll put that right there. And I'll take my bone folder and make sure it's secured down. Okay, and we're going to complete our box, so we'll go ahead and put a strip of fast fuse down this side right next to the edge. And we'll bring that around. We're going to line that edge up right on that back of the box, the back score line of the box. Okay, and we'll get the bone folder in there as well. Stick that down. Okay, so let's go ahead and close up our bottom. And this is our back, so that'll go first after the side. So we'll put the two sides in, we'll put the back, and then we'll put some fast fuse on the front. I'm getting over that one. And go ahead and line that up and close it. And then we have the top, and we'll just poke the top down in. And there's our box. Isn't he cute? He is so cute. I can't stop doing that. But let's continue on. To finish it off, I die cut some snowflakes from Soft Sky. I stamped my Merry Christmas in crumb cake and cut it out with a little tag from the matching framelit set. And I also stamped a to and a from on the back of my little deer tag. And I have a couple lengths of linen thread, because I like the look of two or more together. It makes it look a little more substantial. And I'm going to go ahead and thread this through the tag for the back. I'm going to hold it there because I want to wrap it around a couple of times. Oops, popping my thing out there. Okay, and as we get back around the front, I'm going to thread the Merry Christmas tag on. I might have a little bit too much, but that's okay, we'll go with it. And then let's go ahead and tie the tag on the front. And we'll go ahead and tie it in a bow. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut the tails off. And we'll take a glue dots and add our snowflakes. And our little wobbler is done. Isn't he cute? Oh, I love this one. So I think he's just adorable. And of course, you can just go ahead and put your gift card in the back. You can even include a little note with it if you want to. And there's the little Rudolph one. And here's my first one. And a little bit of ballast, or extra weight, gives him some momentum. As I said, I put the rimmed pearl underneath the bottom of the snowman, but it went ahead and put it under the top of Rudolph. And I think it just gives them a bit so they can wobble. So I hope you enjoyed the project today, and I hope you find it useful and fun. And I know as soon as the video's over, I'm going to start playing with the wobblers again. And I think your recipients will enjoy them as well. So if you want any more information, please go to my website at rejoiceandcreate.com. And until we meet again, I hope your days are blessed. Bye! Oh really, this is way too fun. Look at him go. I can't get him to stop. Oh, look at him going. Oh, that's so much fun.